Hello, marvelous students of Highway Hills Integrated School. We are now in Quarter 2, Week 3. Our lesson for today is about reading a poem, Abandoned House by Ted Kooser. Time to start the lesson. Objectives. First, identify representative texts and authors from Asia, North America, Europe, Latin America, and Africa. Second, write a close reading analysis and critical interpretation of literary texts, applying a reading approach. And last, create or perform a creative adaptation of the studied literary texts using ICT. A poem is an exacting and tricky work of literature to read, for, usually, it can have layers of meanings or interpretations. It is because poems usually use language uniquely. Sometimes they may defamiliarize, present unfamiliarly, simple situations or objects. In Craig Rain's Ain Martian Sends Home a Postcard, he described books as mechanical birds with many wings. In the literary work to be studied later, you will discover that a mere description of an abandoned farmhouse tells a lot more than the described farmhouse through the use of imagery. Moreover, you will also feel a sense of identification, that is, as you read, you will sympathize with the family for their fate. Afterward, as your written output, you will perform different activities showing your understanding and appreciation of the work. Abandoned farmhouse. He was a big man, says the size of his shoes. On a pile of broken dishes by the house, a tall man too, says the length of the bed. In an upstairs room, and a good, God-fearing man, says the Bible with a broken back. On the floor below the window, dusty with sun. But not a man for farming, say the fields. Cluttered with boulders and the leaky barn. A woman lived with him, says the bedroom wall. Papered with lilacs and the kitchen shelves. Covered with oilcloth, and they had a child, says the sandbox made from a tractor tire. Money was scarce, say the jars of plum preserves. And canned tomatoes sealed in the cellar hole. And the winter's cold, say the rags in the window frames. It was lonely here, says the narrow country road. Something went wrong, says the empty house. In the weed-choked yard, stones in the fields. Say he was not a farmer, the still sealed jars. In the cellar, say she left in a nervous haste. And the child, its toys are strewn in the yard. Like branches after a storm, a rubber cow. A rusty tractor with a broken plow. A doll in overalls. Something went wrong, they say. That's all for today. Thank you.